but I wasn't feeling that great, and when I woke up it was raining, and I figured it's probably a good idea not to go out while I might be getting sick. So I managed to get out a little bit this week. I'm going to string together a couple of clips and do a wrap up at the end. So this is just what I did this week. So enjoy, and if you have any comments, leave them below. What's up, guys? Decided to get out for another little hunt. Finally able to get down to the river here. It's still up a little bit, but it's a lot lower than it's been. I mean, this has been up to flood stage this summer with all the rain that we've had here. So finally got a little bit of shoreline to look at. I'm also keeping my eyes open. This is one of the areas where sometimes I find arrowheads, but I've been kind of just working down these rocks here and just dug up a whole ton of lead fishing weights. But come across a target. It's first decent target. I'm not even sure what this is. I'm not sure if this is silver or not, but I mean, it cleans up okay, but I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Seems a little ornate, you know, but we're gonna keep going here and see what else we can come up with. I mean, the one good thing about the water being up is that it's washed all this down again. It's changed it a little bit, so maybe you might get lucky, find an arrowhead here, or maybe an old coin. I did find like an old zinc, a crusty zinc penny and a nickel so far. Nothing special, just a Jefferson. But I don't know what this is, but I'll get it cleaned up. I'll show you in a wrap up, and maybe anybody that knows can leave me a comment below and see what this thing is, if you just recognize it. But all right, I will be back if I get another find down here. What's up? I just wanted to show you something that I look for, but something that's amazing about the river. This is an area where I sometimes find points. As a matter of fact, I left my detector down there and decided to walk up through here real slow. Now, where this big puddle is right here, you can see the main channel of the river. This was actually a huge downed tree right here. Part of that bank slumped, and it took out a big maple tree that was here. And this root ball was about 10 feet high. The tree was out in the water. Now, over the course of, that happened during the ice jams. Now, over the course of this year, with this river coming up and down, you can see it took the tree and everything is gone. The water ran up through here, carved this channel out, threw a lot of gravel and whatnot up through here. Now, the cool thing about this, like I said, this is an area where sometimes I find points. Now, I just walked up through here. I didn't find any arrowheads. I did find some evidence. Picked up a small handful of pieces of flint. And this is the debris that comes off when you're chipping a stone arrowhead or a stone point. This is debris that comes off. Oh, lost that piece. But the other cool thing is you can see that this is all freshly exposed, which makes it really good for looking. Now, even if I didn't know that I found arrowheads here in the past, I would still look at this. And if this was a new area to me, when I would start seeing stuff like this, see, there's a big chunk of burned fire rock right here. And you can see there's pieces of fire rock scattered all through this. Here's another piece right here. You can see how deeply red and it's shattered from the heat. There's some more of it up here. Now, if this was a new area to me, I would see this stuff, and this would make me stop and really pay attention, and I would know that this is a site here. Here's another piece. There's another piece right here. I mean, the whole area is just loaded with fire-cracked rock in here. There's some more right here and here. And look at this. There's more of it here, 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 here. I mean, it goes on and on. There's some up there, right up in there. That piece is fire burned. And it goes all through here. So, those of you that like to go out on the river and, look around for things, sometimes put your detector down and take a look at this stuff. If you're not familiar with what to look for, looking for arrowheads, you start finding these pieces of burned rock all over the place. chances are you're in a site. I mean, this is ancient. This is all stripped away over the last couple of flood events here. But this is all stripped away. So everything here is going to be ancient. Trying to look, there's even some more of this burned rock through here. And there's some right there. You'll start finding pieces of this flint. Like I said, this is the debris from manufacturing stone tools. And when you start finding stuff like this combined with the fire burned rock, you should put your detector down, kind of walk on your with your back bent over. It's a little tough on your back, but walk around and check these sites out. But I'm going to get back to detecting. My detector is up there past the past this puddle, but I just wanted to stop and at least show you a little bit of what I do and what I look for. You can see there's more burned rock right here, some here. This looks burned. This is shattered right there. So just wanted to show you what I look for. Unfortunately, I haven't found an arrowhead in here yet, but you don't always find them. But I'll come back to these sites periodically, especially after water comes up and down or after a heavy rain, see what's moved around, and you know, try my luck then. This is all going to change soon too. This whole bank is slumping down, so eventually the water is going to take this out. It's going to undermine this, and it's going to erode this, and then you'll have gravels like this up there. And there's stuff up in there. You know, there's Native American stuff up all the way up through there, and it'll all come down eventually, and it'll end up resting in the channel here. So it's always changing. But all right, like I said, I just wanted to show you that. I'm gonna continue detecting for a little while and see what happens, and I'll probably tie this into another video if I don't find anything soon. But all right, see you on the next one. Still out here on the river. Haven't been really finding much. Check those areas over there where I was finding the pieces of flint and stuff, but came across a signal, and it's not precious or anything, but I found a little religious pendant there. Looks like the Blessed Mother. It's, like I said, it's not like silver or precious metal or anything. It looks like it's maybe aluminum or something. And there's Jesus on the front, but it's a find, you know, something cool. So I'm almost done here. I'm gonna be wrapping up. Like I said, I might combine this video with another hunt and see what happened. I've been out about maybe 2-3 hours and haven't found much, but I'll get this cleaned up, show you in the wrap up, and turn this back on if I find something else. Score at the Coinstar. 2004 Canada. What's up, guys? Out on a new hunt today. Got together with Chris from Detecting NEPA, and we're out doing some door knocking and looking for permissions. This is actually the second house we got onto. We were on a house earlier. I ended up getting an Indian penny and a wheat penny out of that first permission, but you can see there's an old barn on the side of a hill. My first decent target here is some kind of a button here. Looks like it's got an eagle on it, so it's probably a military button. I'm not too familiar with these, but it's like a domed with an iron back on it. But so that's the first cool signal out of here. I'll get this cleaned up. I'll show it to you on a wrap up, but don't know if the camera's going to focus it or not. But all right, we're going to keep going. There was some old clotheslines right here. Got an old outhouse right here. So I'm going to tool around a little bit on the side here and see what we come up with. Chris is around the front over there, and hopefully he finds something. We'll get that on video too. But all right, we'll see you on the next. Guys, back out. Spent the day with Chris from Detecting NEPA. We got on a couple of permissions. I got a few little relics. So did he. We didn't do too well this time out, so I only took one clip while I was out with him. So anyway, I had some time to kill after he dropped me off, so I came back to my favorite place. Those of you that have been watching my videos, you know I've been at this place many times this summer. But I'm still pulling stuff out. Got a signal here, and so it's going to be a token. I don't know if you can see that. I think it says good for 1 game, skeet ball. So at least we're still picking stuff up. We're still getting signals here. I just found a few modern pennies and stuff. What I'll do is, you know, if I find anything else here, I'll take a clip. But I think I'm going to do one wrap up on the last couple little hunts that I did, because I've had a couple, but nothing really spectacular. But I'll get this cleaned up. I'll show you on a wrap up. But hey, this house is still producing. So as long as it keeps giving me targets to dig, I'm going to keep coming back. This must be, God, I had to be here 10 times already. So, but all right, we'll take that little token. We'll see you on the next. All right, still back out at this house here. Sorry about the noise, right next to the road, but got another target. Nothing really good. It's just a junker clip-on earring there, but excuse me, at least it's a target, you know. Got a couple of fancy glass jewels around it there, but all right. I'll get this cleaned up. We'll show you with the rest of the stuff. I'm not going to be here too much longer, but I've been noticing I'm getting a lot more signals, and this ground is really saturated. It's not mud, but it's very wet. My detector's going off sometimes, and I'm getting high tones, and I'm ending up digging like larger nails and stuff. So I think that's like the halo effect around the targets. I think because the ground is so wet, it's just really amplifying the signals. But all right, we'll get back to you if I find something else, and if not, we should see you on the wrap up. Yeah, just dug up that junker earring over there. I'm putzing around through here, coming up through here. Now this is an area that I've covered this so many times, but I just got a deeper signal and dug it out, and this is going to be another Indian head penny from this place. Not sure of the date. See if we can get it to focus there. Let's see here. Let's try. Well, not sure if it's going to focus, but I can see the Indian. So I'll get it home, and let me see here if I can do that. I'll get it home and get it cleaned up. We'll get a date off of it. But again, this is in an area like oh, there we go. It's starting to focus now. There's the 1 cent side. Let me see if I can get the Indian side. Yeah, you can barely make it out. I don't know if we can see a date. But it seems like every time I come through, I'm getting targets. I was over there just before, and I got some modern pennies. I got 2 memorials over there and a nickel over there that were modern, but again, they were targets that I just didn't get last couple of times I was here. So it poured rain here, maybe like an inch of rain up in this area at least from a big thunderstorm. And like I said, this ground is very wet. When I went with Chris today, and we were further south of our area, and the ground was bone dry. So I do believe that these ground conditions will always keep changing, and you'll get signals that you might have missed before. So I mean, when you go out and you get permissions and stuff, I'm a big believer in go back to the places and see what else is there. So, but all right, we'll put this one in the pouch. We'll get back to you on the next or on the wrap. All right, guys, what's up? I'm going to do the wrap up on the last couple of hunts that I did. I haven't gotten out too much this week. I was down the river a little bit and some other places, but nothing spectacular or great. But at least I figured I'd do a wrap up of everything that I found up till now. So anyway, I was down the river, and of course I got the normal river junk. Lots of fishing weights. Even got a nice little fishing lure that I'll probably just throw in my tackle box. Got some, obviously, some bullets. There's a shotgun casing there. Couple of fired bullets, whole .22 shell there. There's a another casing. Lead bullet that was fired. This is a copper jacketed bullet, a little bit more modern. I think this is what's left of a round ball. It's a pretty decent sized piece. I'm pretty sure that was just flattened out, hit some rock or something. But this thing here, kind of funny. You saw me in the clip going, geez, I don't know what this is. This must be silver. It's cleaning up nice. And I don't know what I was thinking. Might have been, I was thinking, oh, maybe it's some kind of a buckle of some sort. I don't know why. I was just having some brain fog going on. But this is just the tip of a fishing pole. That's just the eye for the line goes through. You see, I was making fun of myself in the clip. I was going to delete it, and I thought, nah, I'll let everybody see that, hey, there's times where you find something should be obvious to you, and you just completely miss it. But that's all that was just a fishing pole tip. So that was kind of funny. But anyway, there's some of the flint that I found when I was down there. I told you I was in an area where I found Native American artifacts. And I explained a bunch of what was happening down there, how the rocks were kind of eroding out of the bank and things were getting changed around. So that was just a couple pieces of flint, no big deal. They're not tools or anything. What else here? I got this little button, it says Sears on it, little iron button, probably not very old, but kind of neat. It's rusted up a bit. I got this button here. I'm pretty sure this is just a button, but it's got some weight to it. It's a little bit heavy, so I'm thinking it might be lead. I'm not sure. It could possibly be old. I don't know. If you know what that is or have any idea, let me know. Leave me a comment. I also found this religious medal. You saw a clip of that. Picture of Jesus on the front and Blessed Mother on the back. These are kind of common. It's not silver or precious metal or anything. I find a lot of these, especially in a lot of these mining houses that I do. Couple of crusty Lincolns, copper one, and regular Jefferson nickel that can't get a date off of, but probably not too old. Anyway, so that was the riverbank hunt. The second hunt that I did was I went with Chris from Detecting NEPA here on YouTube. He lives in my same town, and we get together once in a while. We decided to get out, try to do some door knocking. And we got on a couple of houses, probably like, I don't know, 2 or 3. Nothing really spectacular. That happens sometimes when you're doing the door knocking. You'll find a place that looks great and either nobody's home or looks good and there's just nothing there. But anyway, found it looks like a part of a compact. This here, I don't know if this was like a drawer pull. It's got some holes in it, like maybe it was a salt shaker or something. I don't know. Kind of neat. Gave me a screaming signal, but obviously this is a valve stem for a Model T Ford. Kind of cool, a little bit old, so that's a neat little relic. That's like the third one of those I've ever found. An instrument reed. There's this key here. I found another one like this before too. It's the Independent Lock Company. Again, not terribly old, but a little bit older than a regular key. I did find 2 coins. This, believe it or not, is an Indian head penny that is completely crusted. Can't get anything off of it. It's pretty beat up. I tried to clean it a little bit and it just got worse. So it's in really rough shape. I was able to get the date as far as I got the first digit of the date was a 1. Then the second 2 digits are completely wiped out. And then the last digit I think looks like a 1. So maybe it was like, 1901 or 1891 or something like that. It's not a fatty, so it's not an older one. But who knows, kind of just destroyed. Also ended up with a another wheat from the 50s, or 1944, I believe that one was. So anyway, also, you saw a little quick 7-second clip. I was at my local Walmart, and there's a Coinstar in there, and this was sitting right on the top there. Must have been rejected, and somebody just threw it on top, so of course I grabbed it. Don't really have a lot of luck at the Coinstars at my place, but this was sitting out, so I grabbed it, took a video. I was like, hey, I got one, and took a quick video and swiped it. So that was kind of neat. Anyway, after I was done with Chris from Detecting NEPA, he dropped me off. He had some places to go and do other things, but I still had some time to kill. So I went back to what has been my favorite yard this year. I've been there like 10 different times. A lot of my videos this year are from that place, and I just still am finding signals there. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that we got a lot of rain, and the fact that I've already removed a lot of junk targets and some other targets and stuff, and now it's like I keep going back and I'm still getting signals. And like this last time, I was digging even iffy signals and pulling up stuff. So the place has been really good to me. I've gotten a lot of really cool finds, some bucket listers out of there. So I just keep going back. I mean, I might still end up going back. I keep saying to myself, I'm done with it. But when I don't have anything anywhere else to go, I end up gravitating back to this place because it's kind of close. But so this last trip out, I got a few cool little things. But I did find one thing that's very interesting. It's going to be this token, and I'll explain this story in a minute. But yeah, I got a piece of a pocket watch, guts there, an old hinge. This is a Hot Wheels car. It's not very old, the little dragster thing. You see it says Hot Wheels on the back there. So not too old. I got this Junker earring. It's a clip-on earring there. You know, again, not silver or gold or anything, just something kind of neat. I went back into the woods behind that place where I had found that one nice silver piece a few videos back. And these were pretty much almost on the surface. You hit the zinc and it sets the detector off and you find these. I don't know why, but I keep picking these up. I've got a handful of them now. But a couple of coins, just some modern pennies there and a modern dime. 2 nickels. The nickels are a little bit older. One was a 1946 and one was a 1949. So not that old. They're Jeffersons, but they're from the 40s, so that's kind of cool. One of these pennies, too, was a 1959D, so it just missed being a wheat penny. I'll get to the token in a second. As far as coins, also got older stuff anyway. I got one Indian head penny that was kind of deeper. It's not in too bad a shape. Again, this was in an area that I've already covered before. I don't know if there was something there that I dug and this signal was underneath it somewhere, but this is one of the deeper coins that I dug out of there. It's 1905. You know, it's a little beat up, but not too bad. I ended up with 3 wheat pennies. Now, this last wheat penny here, no big deal. It's like 1953 or something like that. Yeah, 1953. But these two... This first one here is the first time I ever dug one of these. This is a 1909. It's the first year of the wheat cent. And it's not the valuable one. It's not a 1909 S, or it doesn't have VDB on the back of it. There's no mint mark, so it's just a 1909 Philadelphia. Don't know if that's going to focus, but it's a 1909. Here, you might be able to see that. The second one is just a few years older, or a few years younger. It's 1913. So it's a nice earlier date wheat penny. Again, not in too bad a shape. I had to clean them up a little bit to see what they were. They were pretty encrusted, but they didn't come out too bad. They got a little environmental damage, but so what? I'm not selling them anyway. The gem of the find was this token. Now, again, in an area where I've already been and still popping up signals. Now, you can see there it says good for 1 game skee-ball. And it's the size of a nickel. There's Jefferson nickel. It's the size of a nickel. And on the back side, this is where I was able to get all the information from. It says the J.D. Esty Company, Philadelphia, PA. Now, the cool story behind this, I did some research and found out about this company. First of all, this coin, or this token, was only minted, it was only, the name J.D. Esty Company was only in operation for 2 years, 1917 to 1919. That was it. Turns out that skee-ball, I guess, was invented in 1909. There was a patent issued to Joseph Fortier Simpson. He was from New Jersey, and he went in with some partners, William Nice and John Harper. And in 1909, they formed a company called Skee-Ball Alley Company. So that was in operation until 1917 when one of them died, and this guy, J.D. Esty, he was a wealthy skee ball player and enthusiast. Loved the game, I guess, decided to buy the business, and he renamed it the J.D. Esty Company. Okay? That company, again, was only in operation from 1917 to 1919, because in 1917, after he bought the company and they were aggressively marketing it, he decided to join the Army as a pilot, and I guess he was a pilot in World War I. So he returned from the war in 1918, and I guess he met a nurse out there, and the information says that he was preparing to be married in 1918. So in 1919, he sold his interest in the company to the other two partners. And the partners took over the company. They changed the name to the Skee Ball Company, and that would have been it. So the J.D. Esty Company was only in operation for those 2 years, 1917 to 1919, and then it was gone. So this token is datable from 1917 to 1919. So I thought that was pretty cool. It actually dates that old, and then somebody had it, was down in Philadelphia, and brought it back up here, and they lost it in my neck of the woods. So I thought that was really cool history. I enjoy finding out stuff like that, doing the research when you can find it. Just kind of adds to the whole story, and to think of, okay, somebody went down there and was playing skee ball, and they brought their token back, and it was lost in this yard, and I found it here in 2018. So token's 100 years old. Which is really cool. But anyway, I'm trying to get back out again, hopefully get some more permissions. I haven't been too lucky lately. I was supposed to go on a bottle dig actually today, and when I woke up, it was pouring rain. I woke up with a sore throat and the sniffles, and I thought, well, probably not a great idea to go out in the rain. It was only like 55 degrees here, and it's going to be raining all day. It was raining all day today, and it's going to rain all day tomorrow. So I talked to the guys that invited me, and I'm going to go next weekend with them. They ended up still going out, but I just figured it wasn't a great idea if I'm, getting sick or whatever. I'd rather just get it now, get it over with, and be good by the weekend. So hopefully it doesn't turn into anything bad, but, we'll see. But anyway, this was what I've been doing for the past week or so, week and a half, since the last video. My last video was actually with the monarch butterflies, which I thought was really cool. If you get a chance to go check that out, it's just something I do on the side, little nature stuff, but I enjoy it. I've been doing it since I was younger, and I try to do it every year, and it's kind of important to help them out. But all right, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you sticking around watching. Appreciate the comments, so leave me any comments you want, and we'll see you on the next hunt. Everybody out there is doing this, good luck, take care, happy hunting. Guys, when I did the wrap up, excuse me, I completely forgot about this button. I found this when I was out with Chris from Detecting NEPA. It's an eagle button. I'm not familiar with the design, so I don't know how old it is. It's got an iron back. I'm not sure what this piece here is, if it's just something that connected it or what, but I don't see any back marks on it, but you can see the eagle and the shield there. It's upside down. There we go. But I forgot to talk about this when I did my wrap up. So if anybody has any idea as to maybe an age of this, I'd appreciate you letting me know. Like I said, since it's an eagle button, I think it's military, but just not sure how old. There's no more gilding left on it or anything like that, so I'm sure at one time maybe it was gold gilded. But alright, that's it again. Like I said, I just forgot about that, but if anybody has any idea, please let me know. I'd love to be able to find out how old this is. The house we were working on, where I found this, was probably mid-1800s. So, not sure exactly how old this would be. But alright, thanks again for watching. See you next time.